Good evening and welcome to Now We're Live. That's a great start. It clicked in live halfway through my first sentence.
Something halfway through, like the punchline. You're coming on the punchline, and that's what the vicar said. Did-a-dums.
Welcome to Gamestyle Live.
So professional, it hurts our teeth. Fantastic.
Ah, dear. So, yeah, welcome to Gamestyle Live. I'm joined as usual by Steve and Andrew. How are you doing, gents?
Oh, great. Actually, I'm really good because I'm getting to the end of having to sort my house out after nearly 2 weeks, and that feels amazing.
You have light blockers behind you. I like it.
Like what, eh?
Daylight blockers, curtains.
Oh, curtains, yeah. I don't have a blanket up against the window now because I actually hung my awesome curtain rail, even though I still managed to get it cockeyed because I'm useless at DIY. I can fix your PC, but I can't put up a freaking curtain rail. Andrew, how are you? Are you well?
I'm okay. I might fall asleep a little bit, but
Has it been one of them weeks, mate? Has it been...
aye. Physical effort at work. What on earth is the point of that?
Actual physical effort.
effort.
Disgraceful.
I know.
Do you know what? I've realised that we come on here and we talk, and Brad goes, "How are you guys?" And we never go, "How are you, Bradley? How are you? How is Brad? How is Brad today?"
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Okay, right, moving on.
No. I'm good. Look, I've got my pencil. I'm having serious discussion today. I've got a pencil in hand.
Jesus.
God, it's the pencil episode again.
Yeah, because that went so well last time. So, all right. Go on, host.
So, we're going to be having a little chat today about the overall influence of YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that on video games, which is worthwhile us discussing because that's what we're doing now. But before we get into that, I think we'll have a little relevant what we've been playing because a couple of us, I think, might lead into something we've done for YouTube and have been playing most of the week as well. So, Steve, you go first because, yeah.
Yeah, pro. Cheers, man. Actually, I've been playing Link Between Worlds on the 3DS because I found it. I didn't actually find it. Somebody linked it on Amazon for like 19 quid, which is a ridiculous price for a Nintendo game. So I ripped their arm off for it, and it's a bit of a weird one because it's Zelda. It's linked to the past, remix, rejuvenated, and all that stuff that it's supposed to be, but it leads you in a way where it feels very tutorial heavy. The Nintendo tutorials generally tend to feel quite organic, but this is like it's quite blatant, and there's also a lot of not so much hand-holdy stuff, but stuff you'd expect from a inverted commas lesser company, and so it's just a bit of a. I mean, it's still great. It's Nintendo. It's Zelda. It's fantastic. The item rental, so you've got non-linear dungeon progression and stuff like that's pretty rad and whatnot. But it's just a bit of a peculiar one because it kind of wasn't really what I was expecting in the sledgehammer unsubtleness of the kind of intro to the game.
Is it made by Nintendo proper, or is it a farmed out one?
Yeah, I don't think it's.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like Oracle of Seasons and that. It's actually a Nintendo game. It's just a bit weird, and they've also it's a bit heavy-handed with the Street Pass stuff because that's in everything now. Mario 3D Land and Animal Crossing and Monster Hunter and all that kind of stuff. Hey.
I don't get that at all. Street Pass.
Well, you see, I get Street Pass because if you do it on Animal Crossing, you get other people's decorations and houses and whatnot, which is great. You do it on Monster Hunter, you get the cats and all that kind of stuff. This is just a bit crowbarred. It's like the tutorials. It's just a bit crowbarred, and you're like, I don't really get what you're doing. But I kind of get it. I do get the Street Pass thing, and also if I go to Meadow Hall or whatever, you can guarantee I get 11 people and I get to get puzzle pieces off them, even though I don't actually give a fuck. But I'll still do it because why wouldn't you? But yeah, so basically I've been rocking Link Between Worlds. Aside from the usual shooty man's bollockry I'm playing at the minute. So
I didn't mind Link Between Worlds, but I've still got to go back to it and finish it because not long after I started it, I got the Adventure Time
Oh, the
Zelda
dungeon crawler
clone.
thing. Yeah.
I played through that for review, and I had my fill of dungeon crawlers for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not a bad game. It just wasn't a great game, and I just went. "Ugh."
Bored. So what are you playing, Brad?
Well, I'm playing PC games, Stephen.
Have you joined the cadre
Well-
of Andrew, basically, seeing as he doesn't own any
I'm
other
like a hell of an
consoles?
asset.
As I told you
I've
today,
got a PS4 and one of
Have
those
you?
consoles that is not to be named.
Seriously, you've got a PS4?
Drive Club machine.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Sorry, your game of the year, the one that's busted to shit. That doesn't, you kind of went, yeah, it's all right. It's my game of the year.
So he can give it-
Lamborghini's
he can-
coming this month, but I don't really care.
but he can give it Game of the Year this year as well because it's finally out in its proper form.
It's all right. They'll get to Christmas, and because Sony don't have anything else to show unless E3 shows up something massive, they'll release the Game of the Year version of Drive Club with all the DLC on it, and maybe they'll release the PS Plus version as well.
Let's not get carried away.
But, I've been playing Cities Skylines.
Oh yes, you have. You see, your little playthrough thing made me go, I actually want to play this, even though I absolutely suck massive balls at these kinds of games.
Yeah, I'm still sucking at it. And I've restarted countless times.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. So, Andrew, how are you getting on with it?
I'm finding it a little bit too easy.
I keep running out of money, and I don't know why. I'm doing less and less. I'm still running out of money. But I
Let
can
you
do
a
roads
couple
now.
of million if you want. It's not doing anything.
Seriously though, you two need to get your heads together and figure out what you're doing wrong, because Captain Strategy over there has figured out some way of rinsing his citizens for all they're worth, whereas you're probably a bit more magnanimous and a bit more benevolent. Maybe Andrew's making the cutting various services like a Tory government and.
It's ridiculous.
You don't need education.
I must have got 35 fire stations for 55,000 people. You move like 5 yards, you get to a fire station. It's like, oh, there's a fire station. Oh, there's a police station over there. How many universities does this small city have? Oh, 8. Excellent.
So the highly educated, well looked after, and you wonder why you've got money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going. It's just gone too well. It was just kind of a first city mess about, make a little area, and then it just kept going well. So I just made it a bit bigger, and then I just made it a bit bigger, and then I got 50,000 people and making 30 grand a week, and it's just it's a little bit too easy.
I've watched, and this isn't a segue yet because we've got to re-segue into it. But I've watched a couple of I've watched a couple of YouTube videos on it to try and see what I'm doing wrong, and I'm following the guy exactly to what he's doing. I'm running out of money.
It's like I just imagine you're the type of person that tries to build an IKEA bookcase and ends up with like a shelving system with drawers and somewhere to hang your coat. But the instructions say this, but somehow through some Lovecraftian method they are actually morphed into something else.
Hence the reason I've got a PC that's the perfect football manager.
I'm putting numbers into the spreadsheet, but I'm still losing. I don't understand.
But no, I don't do building of stuff. I leave that up to the missus for that because she's better with her hands than I am.
I'm not saying anything. That's way above me. No.
I once painted the bedroom when we lived in Liverpool. I once painted the bedroom, and I somehow ruined the bedroom.
Aside from Tim, like literally.
And now they don't live in Liverpool anymore.
Now they live back down south.
I touched the boiler to have a look at something, and the bottom fell off the boiler. I'm not good with stuff.
Stuff gets destroyed around Brad.
Yeah. Yeah, she's mocking me not from afar. She's sat behind the laptop.
Yes, I can hear her.
She's panicking. I'm not touching anything.
Andrew, what you been playing?
I have also been playing City Skylines, which is mostly why I'm tired, because I stayed up until 3:30 last night.
Oh, you see,
Um,
I was sympathising with you because I thought you were having a hard week, but you, sir,
no, both.
no.
Um,
Sod off! I'm having a bad week. I'm going to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, like some kind of teenage.
I always do that.
Do you?
I wish I could do that. Still.
Oh, now 10:30 and I'm on my bike, mate. No.
No.
I wish I could stay up and just go controller in hand. What's the time? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I should go to bed now.
The latest I've ever done is 6:30 and then gone to work for 10.
Oh no! I've never. You see,
obviously.
I don't. Well, yeah, obviously. You see, I don't understand that. It's like, for something that you're not conscious for, sleep is like one of the best things in the known universe. Sleep's amazing. Why would you sacrifice sleep for literally anything? Because I'm that boring. Aside from Skylines, Andrew, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Homeworld a bit more. I got to finish that off. And I feel like I've been playing something else. What else have I been playing? I've been playing something good.
You did tell me this. You've been playing Dear God.
Oh yeah, it's got review coming. That's quite nice. That.
I fancy that as well. You see, this is the thing. It's like, we're gonna do console stuff and blah 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 blah. But of course, beginning of the year, there's never out for consoles. But there's always, and this is the thing, almost segueing into it about PC gaming, is there's always something worth playing on PC. Be it some tiny indie game, or but it's not even the AAA games. But like Skyline, you fucking get Cities Skyline on a bloody console because it just won't work. But you two are playing that, and it's like literally this afternoon, because it went on offer. Although I thought it was a full release, and I was a bit surprised. I picked up Distance because I saw it a few weeks ago, and it looked dead interesting as a racing game. And I'm like, oh, look at that, and then it went to a palatable £10 and 9p or whatever it chuffing were. Some random affix on the end, and I've only had like a quick 15-minute blast on it, but it's really rather potential filled.
Does it play as much like San Francisco Rush 2049 as it should do?
It at the minute, yes. I'm waiting to figure out if there's a way to deploy wings. But there's definitely a jump button, and the boost system's really interesting because you kind of get through the gate. The boost system has got a cooldown, and so you're kind of racing for the gates to automatically cool down, so you can keep boosting through pretty much continuously.
It's kind of like a Motorstorm with the boost in that respect, I think.
Yeah. It's a bit. It looks like it's got a mix of influences, and it feels a little bit thin. Although, am I doing the adventure mode or the arcade mode? I can't remember. But it's one of them things where I'm kind of like, you look at it, and it's in a way it's almost a perfect early access title, because you go, right, I can see where they're going with it, and I'm hoping that they're actually going to push it where it deserves to go. Because it's got some really nice design. The soundtrack's pretty ace as well. And even though it's only a racing game, it looks like it could have some very interesting ideas. So, yeah. So, but PC stuff at the minute is just bonkers. There's so many little interesting things kicking about. It's fantastic.
I think it's a console thing as well, because lots more people now know that they can get things to come out on the PS4 without a massive amount of work. So. They're getting the PC versions out for things so that they can then move on to a PS4 version afterwards. So
like that Pokemon Endless Runner Elephant thingy.
Yeah, Pokemon Elephant Runner Endless thing.
That would really
That's a great title.
I was expecting that. The badass elephant. That's brilliant. It's like.
Yeah,
I'm going. Oh, it's going to be an Endless Runner on Android and iOS, and then it got to end and it went PS4 and Xbox One. I'm like, really?
This is a good Endless Runner.
But it's like, I don't care because it's on a console, because it means I'll actually play it, because mobile gaming can suck my bollocks. Yeah. But
I've been playing a lot of Alto's Adventure on the mobile gaming. That's what I've been playing this week a lot.
Alto's Adventure? What's that?
It is an endless runner, except it's an endless snowboarder with backflips and grinding, and it's like Ollie Ollie but finished.
But is it as good as Steep Slope Sliders on the Saturn?
It's very, very different. But yeah, it is. I like Steep Slope Sliders. That was a good game. I seem to remember it got a good soundtrack as well.
Ethics in games journalism.
Did you get an Ollie Ollie skateboard? Put it down, we don't care.
But
Ollie
Also,
Ollie
actually,
should have been a 3 out of 10.
I don't know,
wait there
5 out
2
of 10
seconds,
maybe.
Edward. Wait there
I'll do
2
you a
seconds.
4. I'll meet you halfway at a 4.
Alright then, we'll go for 4. Ollie Ollie was a 4 out of 10 game.
It came with Gump,
It came
right?
with Gumph.
Yeah, it came with promotional Gump, and I didn't realise this, but obviously I will explain it
For God's
afterwards.
sake. Other
Have a
skateboarding
look.
games are available.
Yeah,
No,
and
no,
for other
but-
consoles that aren't the
Look
Vita.
on their Gump. Look on their Gump.
We
Oh,
can't
we're in
read
Gump.
that.
They're
Oh.
on Gumph. That's awesome. You see,
That's my review.
all it cost you, Brad, was your soul.
No, but I fuck you, right? Eurogamer gave it a 9 out of 10 back before they
They were
switched
wrong.
scores.
Yeah, because Eurogamer are well known for their accurate scoring of games.
Yeah, that new
They-
version of Sensible Soccer, that were a cracker.
Jesus.
They was right
Fuck
about
off,
Sliverlink on the
Eurogamer.
DS.
I,
Oh, actually, I changed my score now because I just realised Polygon gave it an 8.5.
anyway,
But I'm
That
guessing
proves it.
IGN didn't like it because it's been given a 9 out of 10 by IGN Italy.
right,
And
okay,
that's-
yeah. No, Ollie Ollie got. No, it wasn't Ollie Ollie. What? Oh, Hotline Miami was surprising to me because some places are going. It's like Hotline Miami.
Do you mean
Uh,
Hotline
no-
Miami 2?
Yeah, sorry, Hotline Miami 2. Do apologise. I'm talking. A guy on my Twitter basically completed it in the first 24 hours. He couldn't put it down. But somebody yesterday gave it like 5 out of 10. Might have been PC Gamer actually. They gave it like 58 out of 100. If they who does out of hundreds these days? But it's so they get it quite a lot of scores. So I think it's going to Metacritic quite average.
Yeah.
But I couldn't finish the first one because I'm shit at it. So
Well,
I couldn't finish the first one because I didn't like it very much.
well,
I
I'm
can
almost
see-
agree with Andrew here.
I can see
Dun,
why.
dun, dun.
I'm going to say this. Apart from like the planets colliding and the singularity forming, and we're all doomed and stuff like that. I can see why people don't like it because it is a very acquired taste, and it's also I don't think it's as clever as it tries to be because it says it's a puzzle game, but the guys don't follow the same paths and sometimes they drop different weapons, so the variance takes the puzzle element out of it. I personally, for me, IMO. Don't send us angry
always
letters because I don't
feels-
give a fuck.
It always feels quite
Tetris.
luck based, basically.
Yeah,
It's-
there's a bit too much luck involved with it for it to be. So
To be honest, I liked Hotline Miami, the first one. Really got on with it. They've had to create a bit of a selling point with Hotline Miami 2 because it was literally just more of the same.
it looks it. To be fair,
It is, but before you start it, it asks you if you want to turn off the sexual violence. Yeah, that's not what I want to see in a game.
now I read about this.
yeah.
Now, for review purposes, I said no. I got past the first level, I went to options, and I went, turn that shit off.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah, no, that's taking it too far for me.
I
That's,
believe that it only does it once. I think there's one incident of sexual violence, and that's it.
isn't it? Don't you rescue the last like in the first game? Isn't that how it goes? I forget. I don't know.
I'm filming a movie in the first one, and it ends with what appears to be a rape scene on a dead body. Yeah. No.
No.
Thank you.
You see, it's
Yeah,
to be honest with you, that's a conversation for a whole that's the whole line of how far. I mean, films and books explore that kind of avenue, but as a medium, I don't think games need to personally. Maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't, but I don't think they need to.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Put a lid on that.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that next week. So I think that's the whole interesting thing to discuss
Yeah.
next week.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So tune in next week if you're enjoying that conversation.
If you're enjoying that really serious po-faced conversation about how sexual violence is obviously evil, but it shouldn't have any place in video games because we like to stick our fingers in our ears and go la la la.
We'll have fun with it. No.
Won't we just? Anyway, so video games, they're great.
Well, the reason we get do a lot of this now, and everyone gets an idea of what's what, is because we get to view a lot of our games without having to play them.
We need a lot. We need a segue sound effect. That would be great.
It's like the bit on Wayne's World where they go "Biddaloo, biddaloo."
Yeah.
Yeah. So segueing into it quite subtly, even though Brad telegraphed it at the very beginning of the podcast, was Twitch and watching games being played on YouTube and general. I suppose you could coin it as passive gaming. And it's an interesting phenomenon that I struggle to get my head round in the main, because I want to play games. I want to experience games. Well, I want to play games. The thing is, if I don't want to play a game, then I'll not play it.
Well, no. See, I agree with you on the whole, but there's certain games that lend themselves to other areas. For the life of me, I cannot stand the gameplay on Deadly Premonition. I cannot stand it. I hate it. It's not bad good. It's just bad. I don't care what anyone says, and I will argue that point.
Are you sure?
But the story
Have you tried remote play?
Yeah, we tried remote play, Brad. You play it through the Vita, and it'll become like an instant 9 out of 10. Honestly,
hey, I'm playing Hotline Miami on the Vita, and I don't like it. There's lots of revelations going on today.
A little bit.
You've just been spending too much time with me about that.
Deadly Premonition is a game that I was happy to watch a YouTube playthrough of, because I got the story.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to waste my time with the shitty mechanics. I to do that.
You see, right? Okay, yeah, I can see that, because there are some things which you go, I want to like this game, but I can't because it is so bad. So, yeah, I can see that. It's just I have actually found myself turning to Let's Plays to try and get a feel for something, because you can read a review and written text on it and stuff like that, and you just sit there and go, I don't really understand how this is going to play. Not that I've done this, but I should imagine something like Valkyria Chronicles is something quite difficult to explain, or for the time was quite difficult to explain, because you have it's turn-based, but you can only move as far as the action bar lets you, so you're not spending points, you're spending a bar, and so it's quite difficult to explain, but you watch somebody play it and you go, oh, I get that, right, fine. So, yeah, there's that aspect to it, but it's more a case of, like, people completely substituting playing games for watching people playing games. I find that a little bit, I want to say peculiar, but I don't see. I don't want to substitute it entirely.
Yeah. This is one of those subjects where I'm going to veer erratically from being ridiculously old to ridiculously young.
That's impossible for you.
I know. No, it's good. I watch Let's Plays basically for, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
All right.
And that's it. I'll just have a quick click, and they're doing this bit. Oh, that's okay. I'll click again. Oh, yeah, got that bit. Oh, yeah, got that bit. That'll do. I don't think I've ever watched a full one. And yet, I think that the changes that they've brought, especially to PC gaming, that basically started from Minecraft onwards,
yeah,
have been responsible for some ridiculously amazing things. I mean, Besiege is basically Banjo and Kazooie nuts and bolts, but now that people are sharing the things that they've created and stuff, it just becomes a much more interesting prospect. And
sorry, go on.
It's just, there's been so many games appearing like that, like Lovely Planet and just different things that just are well suited to YouTube, and you can just tell when they come out, this is going to be a YouTube game.
Yeah,
they've designed it for that.
Yeah, I was going to say that Besieged is very much a look what I've built in it. It's like, where did I see it? I saw it on somewhere. Somebody built a facehugger. They built a facehugger that's got propellers on its back, and it leaps up and grabs the building like a facehugger. I'm like, That's amazing. That's wonderful. That's
Plus,
absolutely.
there's also the Nazi gas chamber.
I don't know who linked to that, so
Yeah, I
it's
think
great.
Bradley.
Which was-
Yeah,
No,
Bradley.
that was Andrew.
Anti-Semitic. Oh, think it was him over here, Governor. No.
But one of the things Andrew mentioned is obviously games that have been built for YouTube or just absolute YouTube fodder. Most of them I can get on with. Minecraft is doing my head in at the moment.
Has your young'un finally found Minecraft?
He hasn't finally found it. He's known it for a while, but he's got my old laptop, and he's discovered YouTube,
Yeah.
and he's discovered Minecraft videos on YouTube, which is fine. Most of them are okay, apart from this horrible, horrible, horrible man called Stumpy or Stampy Cat or something like that, who talks about bringing children into his love garden.
You see, my nephews. I've got a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old nephew, and the 15-year-old's kind of he's into is it Five Nights at Freddy's? Is that what it's called?
Good stuff.
Yeah.
The internet that's broken.
I've lost Steve.
I can still hear you, so that's okay.
Have I been lost? Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Oh, you're back now. Sorry for anyone listening. I'm not
Right.
editing
No,
this out.
I forgot to plug the bloody Ethernet cable. So I've got wireless and everything's wireless. I'm talking about what are we talking? You fucking thrown me now.
Friday night at Freddy's.
Five Nights
Five
at
Nights at
Freddy's.
Freddy's. So my eldest
Sorry.
one's into that, and he's telling me about it, and I've literally got no clue what he's talking about. I have no idea. I've never heard it up until this point. And apparently there's 3 games now. I'm like, how did I miss that?
It's basically
This guy
it came
is
out
brilliant.
last year, and then it did okay. So they're like, oh my god, this is just gonna be a fad. Release another one. Oh my god, it's still doing okay. Release another one.
Do you know what? I respect that. This guy's going.
To be fair, if he can rinse people for money, I mean, everybody else does it. It's just that EA do it on a $1 million scale.
What I really love is people have gone, well, he's clearly ripping us off at the moment, but fine, go on.
Fuck it, we'll give him our money. Should have that fried up
Brilliant.
gift.
I don't know if I own it, but it's always on the Gala bundles.
Yeah.
I've got the first one.
18 seconds.
But and so
I probably
the point-
own it. It's probably in my Steam library.
I'm gonna say I've been looking through the worst stroke best thing that Humble have done is put a unredeemed link, like unredeemed codes link in your library, and there's like 40 unredeemed codes. I can't. It's like I want to give them away, but I really, really can't be asked to go through that
Too
many.
much effort.
So much.
You'll be pleased to know that I do it really diligently each time I buy one. I copy them into an email if I've already got them, and install them on Steam if I haven't. It's a perfect system. I'm happy to write a guide.
You're beyond your years. You do know that, don't you? But yeah, so my 2 nephews. The point of this little fucking diatribe, this tangent, is that my nephews consume games I've never heard of. And they also consume the YouTube videos of games I've never heard of. And they show me these videos, and they go, oh, look at this guy playing this, he's hilarious. And I'm stood there as a 35-year-old man going, I don't get this. I don't understand. I don't get why this whiny, nasal, American-sounding, but not quite punk arsehole screaming into a microphone over Minecraft or whatever the hell it is they're playing. I don't understand it. But somebody made a very good comparison the other day. Somebody said to me...
Timmy Mallet.
Eh?
Timmy Mallet.
Timmy Mallet. No, the Fast Show. Because they said to me, now, if you tried to explain to your parents back when you were watching the Fast Show when you were 15 why the Fast Show was funny, they'd look at you in the same way that when children are telling you why YouTube videos are funny, in the same manner. And I went, well, yeah, I can see that actually, because it's just obviously sensibility is getting old, things change, all humor and all that kind of thing. It's all subjective, but it's like having that kind of comparison and also watching how my nephews consume these videos has made me understand why people like PewDiePie, however you pronounce his name, are popular. whether they're playing up to a persona or they're actually that person, I don't know. I probably don't care either. But it's kind of it's a weird one because when I first saw PewDiePie, I wanted to find him and wring his neck for no other reason than he annoyed me, which is a very fascistic way of looking at things. But fuck you, it's my opinion. I'll do what I want. And so but kind of obviously being, you think about it a bit more and you go, yeah, well, fair play to him. If he's if he is playing up to a persona, then he's done it very, very well.
It's a bit like Boogie. What's it?
Oh, Francis.
Francis. You
Yeah.
know, the difference between Boogie and Francis, because he obviously he's never revealed his real name, has he?
I don't think so.
And I think that's a very clever idea because he cannot be personally attacked that way. And for years, a lot of people believed that Francis was real, and that was a bit, and he played that perfectly.
I saw that. I saw the first. He did a video where he was. I don't know if it was the one where he was like about his weight and stuff like that. He did a video about
It's All My Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been the first one where he broke character, so to speak.
That was very emotional to watch.
Yeah,
as well.
it was interesting, and that's kind of, and that's the. I think that's. I mean, I think we've skipped a lot of the YouTube, like the kind of roundaboutness of it, because the thing about Let's Plays is you've got the ones where you watch them and people want to watch and they watch because the person is interesting to listen to and I'd see and I want to see this game, and there's the ones where there's a personality or a character and the people are watching for the character, not because of the game.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I get both sides, but I don't understand the character side, mainly because, again, the fast show thing. I don't understand. People don't understand why. It's brilliant, and and all that kind of stuff. Why it's funny. This week I are mostly be listening to Slayer, and it's the whole Let's Play thing. The person for me has to be interesting to listen to, as well as kind of putting the game across as well.
Well, this is why for me, there's certain there's certain media celebrities in our gaming circle that I will make sure I'm watching their stuff on a regular basis. Obviously, Kyle Bosman. I think he's fascinating to listen to. He's down to earth. He gets his points across, and he's genuinely funny. He used to be a comedian. I think he's done the stand-up circuit and stuff like that. So he's really good at writing comedic content, which really, really works. Another one I really like listening to is Vinny Caravella on Giant Bomb, because again he's human, right? Yeah, but he's dry. He's very, very dry, but he brings it across really, really well, and I really like that. And then to the other extreme, and I think I resonate with him a little bit, is Dan Reichert, also of Giant Bomb, who is just pretty much everything is wonderful. Games are wonderful. And,
are they all on the Vita?
No, his big one is the N64 and GameCube stuff.
Wait a minute, there's no good games on the N64 apart from Mario 64.
Mario Party. You've got to watch one of their Mario Party parties.
You have to have friends for Mario Party. That's why it's not very good.
Do yourself a favour. I'll link it to you. Just watch one of the Mario Party parties. It's basically Dan Reichert going, "Yeah, Mario Party, we love it," and everyone else just going,
"I fucking hate this. I'm in hell."
And they put themselves through it. They do the 50 turns. They do the 50 turns one as well. It's brilliant. They're on for like 3 hours, but it's amazing viewing. And you have that, and I think Giant Bomb have nailed the whole games media thing. In terms of, it's not a gaming website, it's an entertaining website. I watch Giant Bomb like other people watch the BBC.
Yeah, I think that actually carries across to the whole Let's Play thing. This is one thing I've had really struggle getting my head around, is the whole how much time people of a certain, or rather maybe below a certain age, in the general, sweeping generalization, below a certain age spend on YouTube. The statistics boggle my mind. They really do. And so they kind of You know, people tune in. I mean, my YouTube usage is when I'm researching something, I need to link Death Clock's Death Day birthday to somebody on Facebook because it's their birthday, or the Ramones on The Simpsons because it's their birthday. And it's like, and I've got a load of subscriptions, but I'll catch up with them when I can be asked, or I remember they're there. Whereas a lot of people, it's like literally like turning on the TV at the end of the day, and that, I find that incredible in every definition of the word. I really do.
I'm in that zone now.
It's what, Andrew?
Well, the thing is, it's like the Fast Show and all comedy that's come after that, of that sort of, in that it becomes funny once you've decided it's funny. You have to learn how to find it funny.
Yeah.
And when people are spending that much time watching a specific person doing a Let's Play, then you just get the in-jokes and the things like that, and you'll be able to talk to them with other people that watch them as well. And it just kind of builds up from there. It's once you've become invested in something. It's like,
Yeah.
I was saying to someone the other day that, you know, Zoella, the YouTube female, does makeup training things.
Yeah.
But
I've heard of this.
bought a 5-bedroom house, ridiculously rich.
Is this? Hang on. Is this the girl that was ghost written? She released a book and she announced it was ghost written. Is that her?
Yeah. She was on the Celebrity Bake Off for Comic Relief, and I was saying to someone, it's exactly the same thing. When people watch the Bake Off, it's spread out over 12 weeks, but people are watching it for the individual characters that they get to know, and then the editors link in bits from the previous episode so that you build up an impression of that person, whether it's what that person's actually like or not.
Yeah.
And when she went on it, it kind of put her across as being like she is on YouTube. But that's exactly what she's done on YouTube. It's essentially just a one-person bake-off that you just get to know that character. And if you enjoy that character, then just keep watching it, because it's going to be like that every single time. That's how the Let's Plays work as well. They're perhaps a little bit more subtle about it, in that obviously they're talking about the game a lot more rather than talking about their life. But it's once you become invested in it, I imagine it's very, very difficult to not want to watch the latest video by someone if you.
Well, it breaks. Sorry. What it breaks down to with a lot of it, and you say that, I feel an affiliation with some of the YouTube and website personalities that I hear from my mum, my sister, other friends, family members, when they talk about, oh, I don't like that Sandra on, Britain's Got Pop Idol thingies and stuff like that. I don't.
Sandra, she's such a bitch, honestly.
But yeah, people get that whole sort of like,
it's characters. The thing about YouTube things is they're generally tend to be seen as real life. This is why reality shows are so obscenely popular. My other half, when she's not in any mood to do anything, she will sit and watch shit like Come Dine With Me. And to a lesser extent, Location, which I enjoy because I like Kirsty and Phil. But
which is the point? That is the point.
Kirsty Allsop. But it's like you have these. I mean, you don't watch. It's like Sarah Beanie on the. She's been on a million programs, but you don't watch the programs that Sarah Beanie's on for the fucking dipsticks that are trying to do up their house. You're watching it because you know that she's going to give them one piece of advice. They're going to ignore that advice, and she's going to be stood at the end of the program going, "Fucking told you so." And so you're watching these characters. Like, it's exactly like you said. They're just watching these characters, except because there's the potential for it being real life and something that the viewers can relate to. That's why people watch that. It's all Freud, isn't it? I can relate to this person. I see myself in this person, so I'm going to invest a lot of time in what this person does. And this has all turned very serious, so we need to get back to knob gags. This is
No,
terrible.
no, no, no. See, but it works, and it's what I really, really like about the whole sort of like the reason I call this, video games x YouTube, because I knew a game.
Is it
method.
like Capcom? Video games x YouTube, ultra mega alpha bastards.
Yeah, we can release about 50 versions of this over the next year.
Turbo.
Yeah. We'll do that in about 3 weeks. Video Games X YouTube Super Turbo Edition.
Oh, we'll announce it in 3 weeks, then release it 2 years down the line. Thanks, Capcom. Five cough, etc. Anyway,
but no, it's I don't watch much TV.
Good for you. Seriously, good
and
for you.
I don't get the whole thing with this Top Gear thing that's going on at the moment. But what you tend to get, what I find with internet-based programming compared to the traditional methods, is a Saturday night. If you are going to sit down and watch TV, you're basically going, here's come dancing thingy, and
you really don't watch any TV at all.
No, here's Pop Idol. That was one, but a few years
Is Pop
back.
Idol still a thing?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. But basically, go, look, this is the trash we're gonna throw at you, and you either watch that or you turn it off. And everything else is a variation of that on a million different channels.
I watch BBC4 mostly. I mostly just watch documentaries.
I'm surprised you just don't sit and listen to the wireless, seeing as you are an old man and fucking sat there with your ham radio. I have been starting
to listen to a little bit more Radio 4 and quite a lot of
Radio 4, shaking your fist to the sky, going damn you.
But I am making a point. I'm going to get there.
Sorry, there's a point. Sorry, go on, Brad.
With YouTube, with Twitch TV, with Daily Motion, with Giant Bomb, with Game Trailers, IGN, GameSpot, all of those, if I don't like something, there's tons of alternatives. If I watch PewDiePie and I don't like him, which I don't, I just go, well, I'll close that.
This is it.
I'm looking at my screen at the moment, and I've got lined up, ready to watch at some point. I've got some Anita Sarkeesian thing about her response over the way her life's going at the moment, which I've got queued up to watch. It's only like a little 5-minute thing, but I've got that queued up. I've got the Giant Bomb PAX East panel from earlier in the week. I've got my Let's Play of Cities in Motion. Not mine, 'cause that's just weird. I'm not going to watch mine.
You're going to watch yourself and stroke your ego like a cat, a Bond villain with a cat.
And I've got a whole list of quick looks that I need to catch up on, which is the best thing ever to happen. Quick looks are amazing.
My favourite thing about that City Skylines Let's Play that you did, sorry, Gamestyle Plays, was the fact that at the start you made the road intersection look like a cock.
Did I?
And then you blocked it off so that nobody could access it.
You know what? I honestly,
comments on it.
I've got no idea how he managed to make it so the people couldn't get in and out of the city. All through that, I wanted to ask him if he'd made a road system that looked like a giant penis. Because that's the first thing I do. It's the first thing anybody would do. It's like, oh, you can draw something in a game. What am I going to do? I'm going to draw a massive bell end with a pair of balls.
So most people do that on purpose, and I drew a penis without thinking about it.
Do you know what, Brad? I have to commend you, because starting a Let's Play and then making it so you have to restart the game all over because you couldn't get people to populate your city.
Tell you what, that shows it.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
But we saved it.
We smashed it, mate. Anyway.
Look how easy this game is to do stuff.
Look at this. Oh, wait. I've completely fudged it up. I need to bulldoze my entire city and start again.
Oh, bless.
So, the thing is
I
about...
enjoyed that. People should watch that because it's amazing. Just that moment of realisation when, oh, God, I've got to destroy the entire town to allow people to...
Oh, it was brilliant. It was glorious. I'm so glad it's captured for posterity. It's amazing.
Do check that out.
It's worth it. But no, the whole because YouTube's obviously been about longer than Twitch, but where the way Twitch has taken off and is now integrated, it's the thing about Let's Plays is that ultimately they are complete ego satisfaction, self-satisfaction. They are people playing stuff because they want people to watch them. And I get that, because everybody needs to kind of feel good about themselves, and even the negative feedback that these people get is still kind of, but you did pay attention to me enough.
And you care.
Exactly. Getting people to care. And so you kind of, I mean, if these people have managed to find a way to make money out of playing video games and screaming into a microphone, there's been bands that's been screaming into a microphone for years and they're shit and they're still making money, so it's like fair play to them. But the Twitch thing, now it's integrated into the Bone and the PS4, and you can do it on the PC. Capture devices are, you know, kind of still relevant, but you know, you press a button, you literally press a button on the PS4 and you play something, and people can watch it. I played Abe's New and Tasty the other day, and I had like, I don't know, a few people watching, 5 or 6 people watching. It was fucking awful. It was terrible because the game's rubbish. Fuck you, it's rubbish. It's not very good. It is not.
We're not going to discuss that. We'll discuss that during Violence Week next week.
I did Abe's New and Tasty. Violence Week needs to be Violence Week because my pad nearly went through fucking telly. That's why.
I remember quite liking the original when I played it.
When did you like the original, Andrew? When did you like it?
When the PC version came out, which I assume was before the PlayStation version, which I assume means about 1996.
Something like that, yeah. You know what? Do you know what's happened in the last, I don't know, nearly 20 years?
Farting
Everything's a puzzle
stopped being
platform.
funny.
Yes, it fucking. I'm not in the habit of saying games are rubbish because I don't think there are many rubbish games. And even though Abe's, you know, Odyssey isn't quite rubbish, it's not aged well. Sprucing up the graphics does not make it a good game.
We'll discuss this another time because they didn't just spruce up the graphics. They've done a lot more to that.
Damn it! You know, I don't give a monkeys. It's garbage.
Next week, Violence Week.
I'll
It's
violence
like Shark
you in a
Week, but
minute.
for violence.
God
It's great.
damn it.
We'll build it up all week.
Build it for Shark Week.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Violence Week.
Discovery Channel. It's like Violence Week. Violence in video games. Let's get the guy that does the American trailers. You know. Once there was Pac-Man, now there is violence, kind of thing. There was a point.
Can someone please just cut that out and just put it on a loop somewhere? Possibly with a banging techno backtrack.
That'd be amazing. That'd be drum. There, see, old man Andrew. It'd be drum and bass. Not drum and bass. That's fucking. What's that other one beginning with D? It begins with D. Dubstep.
Gabba.
There.
Oh, okay.
Dutch Gabba. Do you know, jungle.
Let's
Jungle
just
is
shoot
massive.
With Dutch Gabba. That's probably the genre he's aiming for.
I used to go to raves.
Oh Christ!
Yeah,
Aren't
we
you
know.
like-
We don't
aren't you
know,
like-
but we knew.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Completely sober as well.
it would explain a lot.
Go to raves sober.
Sober?
Yeah, I never took anything or drank anything. I just had water.
Did you just dance? Did you have it massive in it?
Yeah.
All right.
I made a video from some kind of happy hardcore thing as well.
Happy Hardcore. God, I hated Happy Hardcore, but it was like the most.
No, it's brilliant. This video is brilliant. There's me and one of my friends at the time. We're out there, we're dancing, and the camera comes around, and then we both just stopped. We were young, as there's 2 girls sweating and getting off with each other in front of us, and there's this video as this thing pans out. We bought the DVD of it at the time. Pans round, and just us 2 going.
Just slide-jawed, looking at these. You're like, I can feel my libido yanking on its choke chain.
I can feel my DVD pre-order being made.
I'm just gonna buy up all the '90s like happy hardcore DVDs there are just to find it.
Jeez.
I'd like to think that the people who were into happy hardcore who bought those box sets of cassettes treated them kind of like people treat box sets now of Game of Thrones. They just went home and just worked through the box set.
The thing is, I remember when I was in 6th form, Happy Hardcore was a big thing, and they used to put it on the 6th form stereo, and we're like, are you actually playing any different songs, or you've just got the first track on loop, because I've got absolutely no idea what that Happy Hardcore or Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette.
Well,
If I ever hear
There's
that album ever again, I swear to God, whoever plays it is going to get
There's
force fed.
only one happy hardcore type tune that I can remember, and it's the one that starts off with the opening to Hey Jude from the Beatles.
Copyright infringement, fantastic.
Starts off the opening to Hey Jude, and it just goes mental.
Does it go, Hey Jude?
It basically does all the bit, and it goes take a sad song and make it, and then it screams hardcore. It just goes mental.
You see, that sounds like the best thing ever. The best thing ever to inflict on your parents.
Oh dear.
So
That's the only one I can remember.
Twitch game.
YouTube.
I imagine there's some happy hardcore on YouTube, so check that out. I don't know.
Do you know what? People doing Let's Plays to happy hardcore. I can't imagine anything more obnoxious.
See, what does this say? To go back onto it, right? We talk about Let's Plays of video games. Now that makes sense to me because people are playing something. You might not get access to these games that you want to see what they're like.
Okay, no, there's a relevant point. Go on.
Right, I've heard of this thing on TV called Gogglebox.
Google. Do you actually watch any television
Or listen to any words.
or read anything on the internet?
Right. Where people watch TV that you can't actually see them watching and commentate on it.
Yeah,
which is like a kind of reverse Mystery Science Theatre 3000.
This is actually completely relevant, and I don't know if you meant it or not, but fair play to you, because Gogglebox is exactly the same as the YouTube Let's Plays. You're not watching them because of the TV programs you're watching because of the characters.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I've never watched Gogglebox, but I've read enough kind of Facebook and Twitter and various...
Get you with your reading. Get you.
Look at your wheel words. La-di-da. A, B, C, D, whatever. But you do this. You just throw shit out there, and you make me lose. It's like having my train of thought is a fucking locomotive, and you slap that brick wall in Breakthrough by Queen, but it's actually made out of fucking adamantium, and it stops the train dead in its tracks. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You
Gogglebox. You read about Gogglebox on the internet.
Right, so Gogglebox characters. No, you see, there was a train of fucking thought. You absolute.
You watch it. You watch it for the characters rather than what they're actually saying.
Do you know what? I think that's all I was saying, really, because it's just like it's just characters, isn't it? There's no. I mean, there's a big thing about how these people aren't actually watching it at night time on the televised times because they've got to broadcast it whenever, and so they put up blackout curtains, and there's all this kind of faking reality TV. It's like I want to take the most pointless thing ever and make it even more fucking pointless.
I want to get a green screen.
What for? Most people listen to this thing. They don't watch it.
No, not for this. For the Let's Play stuff.
Oh, for the Let's Play stuff. You see, I did actually. I've done my first Let's Play. It shall be up on Gamestyle very soon, I should imagine, when I can be asked to upload it. But it's. I did consider getting a camera and like doing my gurney mugging face while I was playing it, but no fucker wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
That's the one thing I don't get. You know, I understand. I know there's some female YouTube personalities, and they've got their channels, but they've also got videos they do of people who've just sent them crap because they're women, and people just go, oh look, take this free gift, and they just unbox loads and loads of crap that's been sent by
unboxing
young
videos.
men. But no, they're not unboxing videos. This is them going, look what I've been sent in the post today. Oh, this is a skimpy t-shirt. Bear with me while I put it on. Send me more stuff.
Brad.
I don't get those. Well,
to be fair, Brad,
neither of us have ever seen these, and you're saying you don't get them.
Now, for somebody that can't pronounce Gogglebox, I'm thinking that you're spending the wrong amount of time in the wrong amount of places.
Right. But what I'm trying to get through is a lot of them are characters. Right. A lot of YouTube videos is characters, and I know Andrew. I don't know why I've done the Top Gear reference. I don't get that.
I did that off air for the record, but
I know.
This thing, people have got no idea what we're talking about.
No, right. He had this idea that we are characters from Top Gear,
which we're not.
Which we're not.
No.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
point out that I came out with this idea, and therefore I come out of it looking best, which is...
Well,
So please explain, Brad.
right. No, don't worry about the whole top. You obviously done this, and you signed to teach characters from Top Gear, which that seems to be a popular thing that people do when there's 3 people, which seems to be the magical number for.
Yeah. Well, 3 is a magic
anyway,
number. Yeah.
we do have this character thing going on. I clearly have no idea about popular culture whatsoever.
Apparently.
Until it comes out on the Vita.
Yeah, and I'm totally ignorant to that.
Gogglebox is now available on the Vita. Have you
8
seen
out of
this?
10.
Have you seen this? Get it bought.
Steve has got this weird persona that's just not fair, that he just hates everything. But
I
has this
do not!
No,
I
have this
fucking
persona,
Jesus!
right?
I will kill you in your sleep,
No,
I swear to God.
But
He also does that as well. He does that.
he is the most. His range of mannerisms is just fantastic. I could just listen to Steve talk all day long, and he's passionate.
That's
He's passionate about
That's
everything.
funny. Most
It's
people
not-
tell me to shut up.
No, but you're very passionate about what you do, and you're probably the most passionate out of all of us when you talk, in terms of the way you communicate your feelings about games or any of the subject matter.
My ego is...
Andrew is actually only 15 years old, but looks about 60. Because he's the youngest out of all of us, and he sounds about 60.
Basically, he is suffering from Victor Meldrewitis.
Yeah. But we do have these.
I'm precise. That's
You're not
the word
precise.
you're looking for.
Not precise at all.
But we do have those boxes that we all fill, and I think it works on a level.
Well, I'd like to hope it does, and I'd like to hope people that would actually listen to us actually get something out of it.
What we do need is we need a young 20-year-old female with big tits that she doesn't actually show them.
Look, I know for a fact that my boobs are better than any 20-year-old's boobs, to be perfectly honest with you. 20 years
True story.
Yep, absolutely.
In my teens, I used to be known as B-cup Bradley, even though I had B-cups.
Did you have a growth spurt in your late teens, Brad?
No, I got diabetes.
Oh, right. This isn't awkward.
Good work.
No, really, I used to be about 18, 19 stone, and I was obese. And then within the space of 12 months, I lost a shit ton of weight. And I was like, this is really good. I'm just losing weight.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Brad, right, okay, you're going to have to lose weight or you're going to die. All right, then.
No, right. But it just started dropping off of me like nobody's business. And I went down to seriously underweight. I went from 19 stone. A year later, I was about 7 stone. I looked ill, apparently.
They really shouldn't release that Weight Watchers app on the Vita, should they?
But, then a few years later, I moved to Liverpool. And I found out I had diabetes. I won't go into that story as to how I found out, because that's But basically, the nurse sat there and she went, "Yeah, we're diagnosing you today, but you've probably had diabetes for about 5 years before this. I don't know why you're not dead."
That's always something grand to hear that. Yeah, you're alive, but we're not sure why.
You're alive, but it's a fluke.
basically, all the odds are stacked against you, like a big stack of pancakes with maple syrup. Oops, sorry, like a big bowl of stacked bowl of Smarties. No, wait, sorry. Oh Christ.
Just imagine stacking Smarties.
Blue ones before they took the colouring out. So
that sounds like a Android app that you could make and make a shit ton of money off idiots.
Stacking Smarties.
Yeah.
Pay 69p to start 500 Smarties higher than you did last time. Thanks for that, you cunt.
And hopefully some of you will live stream it as well.
Do you know what? I did actually toy with the idea of wondering if you can buy streaming gear for the 3DS, but then I realised that way madness lies.
You can to the Vita, but it costs a crap ton of money to do it.
I bet it does. Hang on, we were actually on some kind of... There was a point to this podcast.
We spoke about YouTube a few times.
I think it boils down to the fact that Besiege is quite good. I think that's basically what this podcast has come from and to.
I like to make penises out of roads without knowing it.
The thing... You like... What's that, Brad? You like penises? What?
In roads.
In roads, yes.
Like
that's a good quantification there. Yeah. You like penises on roads.
Gary Rhodes.
We're not getting very
Is he still relevant?
Who, Gary Rhodes?
Yeah.
No.
No, not in the slightest. Oh, Jesus God in heaven. I think you should just shut yourself in a closet and be done with it. But yes, so the point is, and this is the point, kind of. I know there is one somewhere, and it's in my pants. No, I absolutely adore video games as a hobby. It is my primary hobby. I love it. It's brilliant. In every sense of the word, it's absolutely brilliant. I want to talk about video games, and I will talk about video games because it is the one thing in my miserable piss-arse existence that I know what I'm talking about. Not in terms of opinion of being right and wrong, I just know what I'm talking about. And so I'd love to do that. I just don't think that I'm interested enough to do it. And this is the thing, in that PewDiePie might, we're singling him out, but he's the only one that I can think of at this moment in time. I know there's a million others, such as a top hat wearing YouTube personality that we're not going to discuss for various reasons. But
I
it's
got
like,
mistaken for him on the street once.
you know what? You should just kill yourself, because you're not going to get to either the peak or the fucking nadir of your life ever again in a single moment.
It was before he was bad as well. I'd not heard of him at the time, and this dweeby little kid came up to me and went, "You carry a biscuit?" And I was like, "What? What did you say?"
No, I'm from
something about a biscuit. I'm in London. No. And then I had to come back to my desk, and I was telling Minion One, and she said, like, "What did he say? What did he say?" I was like, something about biscuits. So he googled it, and everyone was like, "Oh,
are you rich, T?"
yeah. So that happened in my life.
So, yeah, do you know what? I don't know if I'd admit to that, but there you go.
I know.
And you named him. You've sullied this good podcast by
no, it's just a biscuit. It could be
just
digestive. It could be a chocolate hobnob. Chocolate hobnob. Do you know what? I miss chocolate hobnob.
As long as it's only half a biscuit and not a. There we go.
No.
Do you know what? We were aiming towards kind of a conclusion with this, because we do these podcasts and we talk about stuff, and then we kind of go. It's a bit like.
1,000 spoons when all you need is a knife.
No, it's not. I swear to God. The next time I see you, I'm going to punch you in the fucking neck. It's like, no, it's not like rain on your wedding day.
That's just fucking stupid.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I love that Ed Burns skit.
We do these podcasts, and it's like we want something like out of what's that Michael Landon fucking program where we were an angel that walked about. I can't remember its bloody name.
What?
No idea.
There's a moral to the story. It's like fucking He-Man.
He-Man.
You
Let's
watch an
use
episode of
He-Man as a
He-Man.
reference.
He punches Skeletor. He wins. He goes back to Castle Grayskull.
Goes, don't do drugs.
Pudding-Boss Kid. And there's a moral, like Mask, like He-Man. There's a moral at the end of the story, and that's why we try and go with these podcasts. Except we can't now, because somehow we ended up talking about Google Box and Andrew being complete digestive, and just it all going completely belly up. So basically, YouTube and Twitch are great things for the gaming industry, but why people put so much stock in these personalities is a complete mystery to me. Good night.
Andrew, Steve, the terms drop the mic, not throw your headset.
Do you know what? If it weren't plugged in, I'd lob it across room.
No, yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on with your end analogy. We grew up during the 80s where we had 3 channels that we could watch.
4 if you got to 1988.
4, yeah, I did get to 1988.
Well, I think it were.
Channel 4 was 1982 because it was in Adrian Mole.
How?
Same year as the Falklands War.
You should be like 48 or 49, I swear to God. You shouldn't be younger than me.
You're fucking Benjamin Button, aren't you? That came out in the 2000s.
It was 1982. That's the final answer.
Right, but anyway.
Year before I was born.
We grew up with restricted amounts of channels, and basically we had personalities thrust upon us.
Did you?
Which is relevant because Yeah, they was all diddling kids.
Oh God!
You know the only one who surprises me, and this is the first time he's going to be mentioned twice in a single internet show who hasn't been diddling kids, is Timmy Mallet.
Don't cast aspersions by association. So I see where you're going with this, because people of our generation, including Andrew, even though he was like 4 or 5 years after us,
he liked Hitler originally.
Hitler did nothing wrong. The people of our generation. This is actually what I was going to say before we went off on a tangent. The children consume things these days in a completely different way because we've seen it in a gradual change. I can't actually parse the impact of the internet in my head. I cannot fathom it. I can't understand it because we didn't have it. We didn't have phones, and it's like them really trite, shitty pictures you see posted on Facebook. Share this if you if you knew what it's like to not have a telephone and you had to be in when the street lights came on. Yeah, of course you fucking did because you weren't an idiot. But it's like kids. The thing that people post stuff like that don't understand is that kids have got a phone. They have got permanent connectivity. They have got access to this wealth of information, but they process it in a completely different way. And tying into the violence thing earlier on that we were kind of muttering about was that people don't put enough value on children's intelligence. And this is where the YouTube personalities come in, because most children, regardless of what people might think, most children are generally well-adjusted, quite intelligent, and they can tell false from real and all that good stuff. And they can tell, on some level, these people are a character. And if they go, even if at some point they want to go, I want to grow up to be like that, when they do grow up, they'll realise they were acting like a twat, and they don't want to grow up like that. And that's the thing, and this is why YouTube and Twitch and stuff is great for adults, because you get to see the games that you want to do, like you don't get to play because you're an adult and you've got a million things to do and you have to cook your tea and look after your kids and go to work and all that bollocks that grown-ups have to do. But it's also good for kids that don't have much money and they want to see these games and they get entertainment out of it, and they don't sit in front of TV and watch Google Box and Come Down With Me or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't fucking know. So yeah, I can't see it being anything but a good thing until you get into the sponsorship of it, and that is a rabbit hole I'm not going to go down tonight. No,
we'll revisit that. But you say about this is the one thing you actually mentioned about kids and how they look at it. It's these. I think South Park covered it well in one of their latest episodes, where basically the kids now, these are their heroes. They watch. Lucas loves this Stampy Cat character.
Yep.
I find him a complete and utter arsehole, and he sounds dodgy, but Lucas loves watching him, and I've got no problem with that. I've listened to him, apart from the way he talks about his love garden. He's okay. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just annoying, as I am, in all fairness.
It's true.
It is true. But yeah, you say they idol them, much in the same way. When I was younger, I idolised Michael Knight. Or for people who don't know who understand who Michael Knight is, why are you not getting my pop reference culture? Pop culture reference, there we go. David Hasselhoff. Now, if I'd have grown up to be David Hasselhoff...
You'd have been big in Germany.
I'd have been big in Germany, yeah, but I'd have been... Yeah, I'd have been No, that's not who I want to be. I look at David Hasselhoff now and go, I wanted to be that. What?
No.
When he was in Baywatch, it was like I still really like David Hasselhoff.
You see, I wanted to be Hannibal Smith.
See, I could do someone cool.
Yeah, it's oh god,
I feel Robin Hood. I'm not going to come out of this seeming young again.
Do you know what? I really thought he was going to turn around and say something like Winston Churchill or Chamberlain or something like that.
I wanted to be Humphrey Bogart or something.
I wanted to be John Mayer.
Fine. I wanted to be Errol Flynn.
Errol Flynn. In like, what, you wanted a massive penis and to get on with all the ladies. Is that what it is? Ending on a penis gag.
It's been a really good one in the middle there.
But
Well.
yeah,
It's been a good
that's
previous
what she said.
episode.
The celebrities of today, who the housewives and stuff like that watch, who are really famous for cooking shows or whatever they do,
Yeah.
they're not going to be the celebrities of 10 years' time. It's going to be the likes of your Jim Sterlings, your PewDiePies, your Stampy Cat Dingies, some of the guys off Drive. They're going to be the ones that the kids are watching, and in 10 years' time, they're going to be the major celebrities.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, they're going to be opening nightclubs in Luton.
Oh God! Oh Christ!
It is a strange thing to think about of what's going to be in the future for generic celebrities, because there's not going to be many that need to go on things like I'm a Celebrity to raise their profile, because if they're not getting hits, they've got to stop.
This is what I was just about to say. It's pretty much the same thing. It's like it'll be interesting to see when the generational shift happens, and the people who are watching these, the young people that are watching these people now, kind of elevate personalities to a certain degree, and how TV absorbs those people and gives them their own TV shows and whatnot.
It's already. See, this is. I get this. I've read about this person, and I've read about this that he's on
God,
TV.
I know
Yeah,
what
I've got a feeling.
Is it Dapper
No,
Love?
no, we're not
for
talking
God's
about
sake.
No, right? But
now because he no.
yeah, no, I don't like him. I've watched one thing. I went, what the fuck is that? That's just kill it with fire. But that was an example of the TV executives getting worried about internet celebrity culture and going, we need a piece of this.
Actually, yeah, that's a very good point. It's the whole thing of it's in many elements of video game and PC and internet culture. It's a case of the old guard, you know, all the people that are doing this stuff, all the old people, like the old white men that control the networks and all that kind of stuff, not understanding the appeal. Because basically people are arseholes. That's how people like Dapper Laughs get to be popular. Not, you know, as a sweeping generalisation. So it's one of them things where until you, again, the generational shift happens and you get people who see these things, try and catch up and change that. It's going to be. I'll tell you what. I'm going to be sitting there with my popcorn, eating, going nom, and watching it all turn to absolute shit.
Yeah, but I'm just going to finish on this point, and I don't want to finish on Dapper Laughs, but
No, don't finish.
No, right, but I'm going to. What
normally happens
is the reason. The reason he became so popular is he does obviously short videos, and what you tend to get is the small percentage of arseholes that like him. And then going, look at this, and showing their mate. So what you're probably getting is one view is actually turning into 10 to 15 to 20 views, and someone's going, look at this, look at this, look at this. And then one of their mates goes, oh, that's really good, and then, oh, look at this, mate. And they're doing that. So he grows exponentially, and it's a lot harder to say to someone, look at this thing I've seen on the TV. Look, I'm just going to take my 32-inch CRT TV and go, look, watch this. So what the studio execs are doing, and they're just looking purely at the numbers, rather than gauging what the opinion actually is.
Yeah.
And they're going, well, they're the numbers, we want that. And it really surprised me that someone like PewDiePie hasn't got his own gaming TV show.
He doesn't need it. It wouldn't surprise me.
No, he doesn't. No.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's been offered that and gone, well, this is the ad revenue I get, and I don't have to answer to you pricks. So why would I?
But we'd take our own show on TV. If anyone's watching. And
you would, you sell out. Jesus.
I believe there's a slot on Sundays at 8 o'clock.
There is a slot on BBC Two on a Sunday. Actually, no, there's not, because Louis Theroux's TV series has moved forward.
Yeah, which is quite looking forward to.
I was going to say, yeah, it's actually a win-win, really, isn't it? Anyway, YouTube, Twitch, it's great. Night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, I think we do actually agree on this for once. Which
No,
is
we
really,
do. No,
really
I think
strange.
I think
We're all suddenly young people who understand the internet.
this is it. No,
Whilst
I don't think
talking
we young
on the
people understand.
internet.
I think we're people that can quite easily. unlike much of the internet, we can actually go, I understand the appeal of that, but I'm not fussed about it myself.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
what we've also got as people the age we are is because we've seen it grow. We've still got this whole idea of this is amazing. You know, these people are live and in HD on the internet. I remember when it took me 17.5 hours to download Top Loader.
Top Loader. Oh Jesus, fucking.
They're not relevant anymore.
Oh God, I think I
Fuck it. But no, it's it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. The culture's always changing, and it's just the way it's all going. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see where it goes next. And it allows us to talk about Violence Week next week.
It's just something that's absolutely brilliant. That's done gaming a massive, massive favour. But because it's new, it's got jagged edges around the edge. That we need jagged edges around the edge. That's where they only are. It's
like the German language.
What really? I don't like Andrew now because he missed the chance to bring
I
it all back round to a Fast Show reference.
Oh, I was going for an Alanis Morissette reference there.
Oh, was it?
It's ironic.
Yes.
It's just something that's done gaming good. The games that are coming out to support YouTube players are generally pretty good, and Minecraft's amazing. I mean, that's as a cultural event. There's been nothing like Minecraft for. I don't know, maybe the Spice Girls. Maybe the Spice Girls were the last Minecraft.
There's No, I see what Andrew. I see what Andrew's saying. It's something that transcends the medium that it's in.
So you basically what you've got now is there's things like Minecraft and Angry Birds are the Spice Girls and Take That of our generation, or this generation, not our generation, because that was Spice Girls.
Sure, why not?
Personally, and yeah, they're going to be massive games in the future. I mean, Minecraft is probably just the tip of the iceberg, and that's scary.
I think you see, I'm not sure because I think Minecraft is a blip.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever do it again. It's like Lego.
It won't be a Minecraft. It'll be something else. But it's opened it up now.
There will be something, but it'll not be for a while. They generally tend to come along in very kind of high, thin peaks, but then there's a very deep trough.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's going to be years until anything like Minecraft happens again. It was just. I mean, I played it quite early because everyone was like, "Oh, it's a really good game," and I spent a good amount of time on it. And then I basically forgot about it, and then I looked up from under my rock and found out that the entire universe was just full of Minecraft.
Yeah, this is it.
Annuals were on sale in Sainsbury's and things. And
I bought it the month after it went into beta. I think it was like €15, and I bought it at like 8 o'clock at night. Downloaded the fucking 3 meg file or whatever. And then next thing I know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what, eh? And so I played it and played it and played it, and it was very basic. And then I'm like, right, whatever. And then I came back to it. Like, I forgot about it, and then my nephews are playing it, and they're like telling me stuff like about alchemy tables and XP, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You mental? It's not got any of that.
Right, have we ever done a to be continued episode before? Because that leads us brilliantly into what we want to do next week.
All right then. Okay. Well, we shall carry on next week with
Violence
Minecraft.
Week.
With Violence Week, yeah, violence.
Can we do Violins Week instead?
Violins, yeah, sure, why not? Anyway, we've
Andrew actually palled around with some of the famous violinists from the 1800s.
we're like an hour and 20 minutes. People are getting bored. Come on, wrap it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll carry this on next week because it kind of segues in brilliantly because we're getting to the point of saying kids now, I think, are a lot more intelligent than we were as kids. So we'll carry that on.
I know that for a fact. Anyway,
yeah. So that's going to be next week. If you're interested in that, spread the word. And Violence Week, because that's all segues, kids and violence.
What? Just
Don't
stop
phrase it
talking
like
and
that.
just make it end.
So, we've got
Seriously.
anything coming up on the site this week?
We've got some Let's Play videos, and I'm going to discuss going live because that's still a thing, isn't it?
Going live? What, Gordon the Gopher? Eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
still a
jeez.
thing.
Do you know what? I'm going to drive down to your house and shoot you.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
No wonder you get the Jeremy Clarkson character.
Right.
Goodbye.
Night night.
Bye.